Ever wondered what it's like to visit the Northwest Winter Wool Festival in Blackpool? I'm going to show you. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly, also known as RowRow and Kades, and today we're going to have a look around the Northwest Winter Wool Festival. Now, a little tiny bit of housekeeping up front. It is the school holidays here in the UK, Northeast UK at least, and you might get a little bit of background noise because as soon as I tell my 9-year-old, please don't come downstairs because I'm making a video, he's downstairs every 10 minutes. I probably shouldn't have said anything. Anyway, the Northwest Winter Wool Festival is in Blackpool. Now, that's in the northwest of the UK and it's over to the coast on that side, whereas I am in the northeast, so I'm the other side of the UK basically. And so it's a little bit of a trek for me to go to. It was about, I think, 2 hours 40 minutes drive. I might be a little bit over there, I'm not 100%, but so it did make me wonder whether it was going to be worth my while to go, but honestly I absolutely loved it. Now, I know last year it was in a different building, and I think from what I've heard, I didn't go to it, but from what I've heard, it was 2 quite small rooms and it was a little bit cramped and crowded, and yeah, it wasn't great. And they changed the venue this year. The venue they changed to was the Norbeck Hotel in Blackpool, right on the front, where the sea was and everything. You will see in the video, right on the sea and everything, lovely. However, Blackpool used to be like holiday central in the UK. Like, everybody would go to Blackpool for their holidays, especially the northerners. We would all go to Blackpool. It was kind of like our little, I don't know, like a little holiday resort type place. It had loads of lights, arcades, the tower, which was a replica of the Eiffel Tower, or a lot smaller, but still it had all these beautiful things. It's got a theme park, and you've got the beach and the sea, beautiful. Over time, the last 30 years, it has really unfortunately degraded, and it is a very rundown, tatty place now. And I hate to say that because my mum and dad had their honeymoon in Blackpool. My mum and my stepdad, they went there, they had their honeymoon, they loved Blackpool, but now it's just a bit tatty and needs some TLC. That's what it needs. It needs some TLC. So anybody who's watching this and you are in Blackpool or Fleetwood or any surrounding areas, please don't take offence at that. I think we all know that that is the truth. I hope that I'm not offending anybody. I'm sure there's some beautiful places in Blackpool, but the front itself, yeah, just a little bit run down. So when you pull up into the Norbeck Hotel, it was a little bit of a, ooh, it kind of looks like a castle, the way it's got like the, I don't know what they're called, but you know, these bits where they used to poke through with their arrows. It's got those, and it just really needs a lick of paint, shall we say, at least. However, the room that the actual show was in was lovely. No complaints whatsoever about the room that it was in. It was very nice. So the venue itself, I think, was wheelchair accessible. Now, I'm saying think because I know I did see some people in there. I don't think I saw anyone in a wheelchair or a mobility scooter. I did see people with walking disabilities, but I'm not 100% now. It does say online that it's wheelchair accessible and that there's lifts and things like that. However, the reason I'm doubting it, because the space itself was really, really wide and there was lots of accessibility to get to the different vendors, and that was perfect. It was really good for that. However, when I arrived, the entrance was 2 staircases. One was cordoned off with yellow tape as if it was dangerous, and then the other you had to go up and down it. Now, whether the other side of that had a ramp, I'm not 100%. I didn't actually look. But I did see a man in a mobility scooter because I had to hold the door open for him. So maybe you must be able to get into that place. but I can't. I've just looked for pictures online, and all of them are from the angle of the section with stairs. They don't show the other side of the door. So there must have been a ramp around there, or maybe a different entrance for you to get in with a wheelchair or mobility scooter. Yeah, it's a bit like, I think it was, but it definitely was inside. And it also says online that it is very wheelchair accessible, including different rooms and everything. However, we went there for most of Saturday afternoon and then all of Sunday. On the Saturday afternoon, we kind of just went round and caught up with the vendors who we knew and just stood and chatted. We chatted a lot. And almost every single one of them said where you're staying. And we were staying at a Premier Inn about half hour's drive away. It did say online it was 6 minutes away. It wasn't. It was half an hour away. But we were way out at a Premier Inn. And all of them were relieved because apparently the rooms was awful and they hadn't checked online first to see what they were like. So they were all a little bit like, ugh. So apparently not great to stay there, but as a venue for a wool show, I thought it was pretty good. There was a cafe right nearby for you to get drinks and hot food. It wasn't the best hot food, but it was there. It was kind of like a burger van type food. But it was there and it was accessible and it was easy to grab if you just wanted something quick. Toilets weren't the best. Very, very cold in the toilets. Very, very cold. And very dark and dingy as well. It was a bit like, ooh. But other than that, it was great. And to be honest, I've done a few different yarn shows, and I mean, Yarndale, the toilets are portaloos, so nothing is worse than that. Nothing is worse than a portaloo. So I will take the freezing cold, dark, dingy, built-in, enclosed toilet. So yeah. Anyway, let's get on with showing you around the show.
So the journey on the way there, it had actually snowed a lot in the northeast, and it was literally like driving through Switzerland or something. It was just such a beautiful blue sky. It was the first time I'd seen a blue sky in a good few, months, to be honest. It's just been great and dreary. And although I hate snow, I hate being out in it. It does look absolutely beautiful though. So I had to film a bit of the journey. And then once in Blackpool, you can see we're right on the seafront, and yeah, there was no snow. It was kind of like a direct cut-off going from the east to the west, and the west had zero snow. And now you can see the hotel behind us, the Norbeck Castle Hotel. So this is as you walk in. Nice spacious room, lots of pretty lights. Lovely, lots of room to walk, no pushing and shoving, which is what I like. So the first stall we went to is the Yellow Door Yarns. They had some lovely bright colours. They do 3D printed yarn balls and other little bits and bobs. They had some lovely boucle there, and also some sock blanks, which seemed to be coming back. There was a few stalls with sock blanks, which is nice to see. They had a lovely yarn, a sail bucket, can't talk today, and really lovely bright colours. I did pick this one, but I wasn't sure because of the neps in it, but I wish I'd got it now. I always do this. When I go back and do the footage, I'm like, I wish I got that. It's a little look around, and then heading over directly opposite to Red Squirrel and Dune. This was a new to me dye, and honestly, such gorgeous colours. Like, I was really blown away. And to be fair, there was one that I wanted, but I just ended up not getting it because I was just really overwhelmed with how many beautiful colours there were, and I just couldn't choose. But now, looking back, I wish I'd got the one that I wanted. They had some lovely little bits and bobs on the front, and they did have that jar there of scrap yarn, was to guess how many metres of yarn was in the scrap jar. And I think you got a £50 voucher, I think. I can't quite remember now. I did have a go though. Some beautiful fluff. The next is Treadling Woman. This is a new vendor to me, I should say. She's not a dyer. She does lots of really beautiful project bags, and yeah, stunning work. I think her roots were from dressmaking, and you could really tell. Then we go along to Attic Spin Dye. Some gorgeous little badges and things. I was having a little trouble with my camera making it look if it gets a bit juttery. Attic Spin Dye have some beautiful yarns. They go for really bright colours, but then there's also some subtle ones. They do these lovely little balls in packets. There was one that I had my eye on and I really wish I got it and I didn't, and now I'm regretting it. I will show you in a second. If we just go along here, and it's like a rust, and there, grabs it. No, she grabs the one next to it, and then I grab it. That one. I really wish I'd got it. I'm so gutted that I didn't. I love rust and teal together. She has some beautiful work on her stall at Attic Spin Dye. Lots of like lovely knitted things, and just loads and loads of wonderful colours. I have seen Attic Spin Dye pretty much every yarn show I've ever gone to. I've seen them. This one was beautiful at the top, but it's silk yak as well. Ugh, gorgeous. And then we head across to 3 Seas Yarns, which was new to me, even though I know who Carla is from watching the podcast, which I explain later. Lovely colours, and I did end up getting something from here. Just, I don't know, I loved her little mini packs. Her colours all went together really nice. And she's quite new, I think. I don't think she's been going much longer than a year, so she's not got the biggest of stalls, but there was some lovely colours there. And then this was a crochet designer. There was lots of crochet items and you could get the patterns for them. There we go, patterns for crochet. So all those socks were crocheted socks, and it was just all the patterns you could get. I don't know if she sold any kits, with me not being really a crocheter, but I did have a good look through her shawls and everything. There was some really pretty things on her stall. And then obviously Ducky Darlings. We do love Ducky Darlings. I've seen her at every single yarn show I've gone to as well, I think, and I absolutely love seeing her there. She has some beautiful colours. I didn't end up getting anything from her this time, and I'm not sure why, because everything just draws my eye and makes me go, I want it. She's got so many nice things. Gorgeous colours. From pastels to deep jewel colours, it's just everything you could want. I love it. And then a little mini bucket. This is Sardines for Tea, which I've seen before as well a few times. She does like knitted toys and kits for them. She's got some really cute things. I love those 3 seagulls at the top. It was very apt for being in Blackpool. Little tiny balls. Oh, I love things like that. And then my lovely friend Amanda at Little Lycack, look at all them sparkles, look at them go. Gorgeous colours. It's hard to choose from Amanda as well. There's just so many beautiful things. She did do a little mystery box there with a mystery pack in, which I got. Gorgeous needle stoppers. Those are her sock patterns and her glove pattern across the bottom there. And she's got lots of little knick-knacky things, and I really like that, like the little scissors, which I will show you later. And I missed that sale bucket. I don't know how I missed it, but I did not notice it when I was filming. Her husband now makes sock blockers and what they're called, you know, where you hold the yarn on the little wooden thing. Them. I can't remember the name of them, but her husband makes them as well. So it's all like organic stuff, and it's just lovely. It's just really lovely. They're such a lovely couple. Her sparkles are really sparkling. I love that. Then we pop along to the Dye Shack, another one of my favourites. This is Naomi, and she has really like jewel colours. I love her colours, and she does gorgeous project bags and really pretty sets and everything. I did get her shawl yarn, which I've never actually ever done before. I've never bought a shawl special, but I had to get Naomi's. It was just stunning, which you will see at the end. Look at them colours, amazing. There's so many that I just want. I want them now. I felt bad because I had a son in eating his sandwich, and I was trying not to get him in, but I couldn't help it. I needed to get to this end to film. She has some brilliant stitch markers, all the little gnome kits. There's the show yarn at the end there. Some gorgeous badges that I loved. I think Em ended up getting one. And then here's the show only yarn, and it's just absolutely stunning. So this is the Curious Knitter. Now this is a new to me dyer. She dyes yarn based on places that she's travelled to, and you will see when you see her wall of yarn, she's really into green. She did tell me all this, and it was very green, but just beautiful colours. Very, very green though. I loved it though, and I really did. There was a few that I really had my eye on. Completely new to me. I don't think she's been around that long. And then we go to Penny Stitchcraft, who I have seen before. She had a little Christmas cowl up, which I don't know whether it's too early or too late, I can't decide. Gorgeous little mini crocheted earrings, lots of socks and things, and then she does the thing where she knits a little bit or crochets a little bit, so you can see how it knits or crochets up, which I like that because it really helps, because I'm terrible at looking at a skein thinking the skein's beautiful and then not liking it when it's knitted up. It's really hard to tell. And now we've got all wool that ends wool, which has brilliant little stitch markers. And then she does, or they do, they've got all the little cozies and everything, lovely project bags, very jewel colours, but look at those blacks going into greys, absolutely stunning. And then the next section, it kind of looks like it's in black and white because it's done that well, her grey gradient. I love it, it's so clever. She also sold beads, which I got a little bit attached to. I had to pull myself away from staring at the beads because that's another addiction. And then lovely little mini fade sets. She also does self-striping, what are they called? Gobstopper balls, which you'll see now. There we go. Beautiful colours. Another new to me is the Inner Fleece. She was like so like autumnally colours and just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. She had chunky and super chunky and things like that, which you don't really get to see at a lot of yarn shows because people tend to just like 4-ply, but it was gorgeous. I was having a right good squish on her stall. Gorgeous colours. And sock blanks. Sock blanks, yay! I've never used one, but I love them. I need to get one. this was lots of what's it called? Like bats, like for spinning. I'm not a spinner. I don't know what all the technical words are. I can't remember what these guys were called, and they were lovely as well. But it's because it was spinning, and I wasn't. Oh, there we go, Jen Taylor. And then there was a lot of needle felting stuff, but it was beautiful. Those notebooks were stunning, and then the lampshades, my God, like, oh, absolutely beautiful work. I loved them. I would definitely have one of them lampshades in my house. Look at them. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. This is it Frankie and Sydney? Well, it's on the screen. These are a needle felting company. I've seen them a couple of times. They make amazing things. I mean, that rabbit you've just seen, absolutely fantastic. She said that was the biggest thing she'd ever made, the rabbit. But there was Frankie and Sydney, there we go. There was like another rabbit next, like you'll see him in a minute, and there's also big pumpkins and that. So I don't know, unless like someone else has made them, but look at the size of that hair. Look at it. Fantastic. I love the pumpkins, and I love that butternut squash so much. It's me pointing at it, saying, look at this butternut squash. Beautiful work. Now we head along to Yarn Unique, another one with stunning jewel colours. And she has ones that are so sparkly as well, which you'll see in a little bit. I love her yarn, just so beautiful. I mean, look at that rainbow. Pom-poms and just, so many beautiful things. Too many beautiful things. You just want everything. When you're in there, you just want everything. It's not possible. Look at the sparkles in that corner. They just really pop. And such bright colours. Gorgeous stitch markers from her as well. And then she does this very sparkly set, which is beautiful. I was having a dig in that fluff box. Then we go along to Cherished Chums, which I do find quite hard to say, but this is a beautiful sewn toy kit vendor, new to me, gorgeous. I just loved them. I wanted that dinosaur badly, but I wanted so many of them, and the tiger, look at him with his googly eyes. They're just fantastic. I wish I could sew. And then my lovely friend Diane from U-Tree Yarn Craft. Look at the beautiful colours that she does. I can spot the yarn that I bought. And I love her stall so much. It's just always so pretty. I missed the bargain bucket. I don't know how I missed that. And I didn't get to look at her bags this time around because I was too distracted and too busy talking. That's the problem. But look at all the beautiful colours. There's a few that I wish I'd got now. This is Angela Gardner. I've seen her at a few different yarn shows, and she makes some beautiful shawls. She has this gorgeous, it's like a seascape at one end with all the blues, and she said she finds it very difficult to not make everything in blue. She just wants everything blue. And M had her eye on that fade set. Can't speak. This is Bow Fiddle Yarns. I've seen these at the Newcastle show. They're a Scottish company, and they have beautiful yarns. I do have a skein of their yarn actually. I like how they also do the little knitted and crocheted square, so you can see how things are knitted up. That is stunning. Why didn't I buy that? also sell needles and things, which is quite, not everybody does that, so that's quite handy as well. I like that. Normally at a wool show you get like a vendor that sells just needles and stuff, but there wasn't at this one. They didn't have a vendor for that, so you were kind of relying on the yarn dyers to have needles with them, and there was a couple that did, this one being one of them. They also did 3D printed little balls and yarn balls, and she sold a lot of books as well. And we go along to High Score Yarns with her Final Fantasy inspired minis, which were all gorgeous, and you could make this shawl. There was a crochet version and a knit version of the shawl, and you just mixed and matched your minis to make your own Final Fantasy shawl. And then every single skein of yarn in this by this vendor is based on computer gaming. So at the bottom there was socks in the PlayStation colours. All of these yarns are based on something to do with a computer game. And then we go to Wool Chemist, which was new to me. I think I've heard of her but not seen her. She had some absolutely beautiful colours, and she was really, really lovely. She came out and chatted to me. I did get something from her, and she came out and chatted with me all about it. She was lovely. She was telling me about her Facebook group that I should join, and I do need to join it. That tee is spectacular. She wore that on the Saturday, and it was absolutely so eye-catching. It was beautiful. Sideways, knitted sideways. Then we go along to Jo Knit Sews. I think it's Jo Knit Sews. It just says JKS, and I can't see what it says across it, but it'll be on the screen. She does a lot of project bags and big girl pants. She does as well, which is brilliant. And some gorgeous, gorgeous yarn colours. So she does knit and sew. Funny that. She goes from pastels to jewels, and I love it all. And then her project bags, there was like bucket bags, and they were really nice and spacious, and they were just gorgeous. Everything's gorgeous. That's all I keep saying. It's gorgeous, but it is. Then we go to Second City Yarns. She dyes things in to do with the sunset of where the sunset or the sunrise of where she is. Like, that's why it's gradients of colour. It's all to do with the time of what I can't remember. She did talk to me about it a while back at a different show, and she explained, and it's so cool. She has like a little bus stop thing on the side of a stall, and it explains all about it. But I obviously didn't film that bit. She also does some stripy bits, and just gorgeous. This is a new shop. I would say she was a shop, not a dyer. This is Cretan Mill. She was so lovely. We stood chatting with her for a little while. She was new to me completely, not heard of her before. She obviously had the cones there. There was like different balls of yarn from different companies. There was lots of material as well, and you see like lace edging and things there. Fat quarters, all sorts. Lovely. Then we go along to the yarn artist, who I've seen a few times now. She dyes everything based on art through the years, and just stunning, absolutely stunning colours. All like different types. There's pastels to jeweled colours to just everything you could name. Then we head along to Super Effective Fibres. Beautiful. So many gorgeous colours. I have seen these a couple of times now. They are relatively new, I think. He sits and makes stitch markers while you're while you're there, and he'll make them while you wait, sort of thing. I've had stitch markers from them before, and they've got some amazing badges and needle stoppers and things. He kept trying to dodge my camera. That was his husband was trying to dodge out the way of the camera all the time. Don't film me, don't film me. Oh, so many. I wanted to go back and get something and then I didn't. This is For the Love of Yarn. This is a Glasgow-based company, Glasgow in Scotland. I don't know if there's another Glasgow anywhere else, but just in case. They do very, very jewelled colours. They also sell needles, like you can see, yarn balls, yarn baskets, and the most gorgeous project bags. I so wanted a project bag, but I just didn't have the money for one. But they were just absolutely stunning project bags. And the yarn was just so bright and beautiful. Oh, there, I'm pointing at that. That's the one I had my eye on, that one down at the bottom. So I was chatting with these for ages on the Saturday and on the Sunday. Lovely, lovely people. Then we go to the craft firm. Now, I've seen these guys before, but I'm not really sure much about them, sort of thing. They had some beautiful shawl pins though. I don't know whether they dye the yarn or what. I'm not 100%, so I don't really want to say much about them because I don't know anything about them. But their yarn was stunning, and all those shawls and everything and cowls were just so beautiful. Everything was gorgeous. Then this is the problems with my camera again. It kept looking the wrong way. This is the Cotton Pod. Now, she was a wool shop, I believe, because she sold a lot of shapiers and things. But her patterns were just beautiful, and I don't know what it was. I think it was because of the yarn that she was using. She just made everything just looked amazing. Even a crocheted bags and everything just looked fantastic. I do love Shapier's stonewash though. I think she used a lot of that. I loved that plant pot up there. And then once I turn around, you do see Em peeking at me through some scarves. These bags were just absolutely stunning. And she was selling the bags. She was actually selling the actual product as well as kits to make the product. But I just loved those bags, and that cushion was beautiful as well. I think it was just the colours she was putting together. She obviously had an eye for it. Now we head along to Midge Porter Design. She had lots of crocheted, cushion up there and a little cow and everything. But then she did these baby booties. And my friend who I was with is pregnant, so obviously we were stuck at the baby booties for ages because we couldn't decide which ones we wanted. She did get a pair in the end, but it took us ages because I love the ones with the little tartan tag on and everything. And so cute. They had little felt bottoms. She did kits and tiny little embroidery thread and little project bags. It was lovely, and she was lovely. She was so lovely to talk to. And then finally we head along to Rosie's Moments, the home of the gifter ball, which I will show you. I did have my eye on that blue one and I left and I forgot to go and get it. I don't know why I forgot to get it. I'm just crackers. But I do love Rosie's Moments. She's got little sock kits there, and then all these beautiful floofs, and so there's all the shawls along the bottom. Gorgeous, gorgeous colours. Absolutely beautiful. And then lots of project bags and things. But honestly, her gifter balls are just amazing. If you haven't had one, I heartily recommend. It's a ball of wool that gives you presents. It's just that what's better than that? But you can see her project bag swinging because someone was having a look at them. More gifter balls. I can't believe I didn't get one. Ugh.
So there we go. That was our look around the Northwest Winter Wool Festival. I definitely recommend if you can get to it. It especially if it's going to be in that venue again. Although, like I said, not the greatest in terms of how it looks. And I mean, there was like a big load of scaffolding inside where they were building things up. They're obviously working on it, but it does need a lot of work. And from what I heard, I wouldn't stay there. I would stay somewhere else. However, as a venue for the show, it was really nice. It was just one big room. It felt like you could just shout your friend across the room. However, it was bigger than it was bigger than it felt. I know that sounds weird, but it just felt so cozy and nice. But then also it was relaxed in the way that I was able to chat to my vendor friends, and I didn't feel rushed to get out of the way because there were serving people or people were trying to get past me to get into the booth or anything like that. It was just so lovely to be able to just relax and potter around and have a look at things and go around a few times. It felt like there was just enough vendors. I did see some new vendors to me, which is exactly why I wanted to go. I do tend to see the same vendors over and over, and it is nice to see some different ones. And I did go in there, and then obviously my old faves who I love. So it was just such a wonderful weekend. I really, really enjoyed it, and I would definitely go back next year. So let's see what I bought. I didn't go mental. I tried not to go mental. I've done a few yarn shows where I've gone absolutely crazy. I think your first few yarn shows, you tend to either go really, really subdued and not get a lot because it's just so overwhelming, or you just go absolutely mental and just buy everything that you want. And I'm getting to that point now where I'm just buying what I really want. There were a couple of skeins that I thought I'd run out of money and I didn't get. And then when I got back to the car, I realised that I did have enough money to get them, but the show had closed. So there was two skeins that spring to mind. One was from Attic Spin Dye and the other was from Red Squirrel and June. So yeah, I will have to look online and try and get them skeins because I really wanted them. But I was like, you can't, you've got no money left. But I did have money left. So the first thing I went for, I made a beeline straight to the Dye Shack. I love Naomi from the Dye Shack, and she had done a show only, what's it called? Show exclusive colourway called Blackpool Rocks, and it's right up my street. It's all my colours, and I had to have it, so that's what I got. So this is Blackpool Rocks. This is the Dye Shack's label, and this is Blackpool Rocks. If you look down here, it's got like pops of greens and yellows as well. Absolutely stunning. Not a clue what I'm going to do with it. Not the foggiest, but I didn't have any plans for anything, really. But yeah, so I had to have that one. And then I'm going to put a book on there. I know this seems weird, but my cat sleeps on there and he's made it all muddy. So I'm going to put my book there so that I don't make my yarns muddy when I put them down. So I also got a mystery, like a little mystery thing from Naomi at the Dye Shack, and I don't know if there was anything else in it, but it was this beauty, which is, that is just my colour 100% these days. I just love like a sea glass green. Sorry, I'm not even showing it to you. So it was just a little mini. I think that's a 20 gram. I haven't weighed it. It could be a 10. No, I think it's a 20. So that one as well, that was also from the Dye Shack. Then I trundled along to my lovely friend Amanda at Little Lycac, who I adore. I spoke to her so much and it was so lovely to spend some time with her. I ended up getting Over the Drifted Stream in the luxury sock base. So this is 85% extra fine superwash merino and 15% nylon. And it's just this beautiful turquoisey blue. Just so calming and beautiful. This is her label. And this is... So Over the Drifted Stream. There was a couple that were quite similar to this, but she was showing me them, and some of them had a bit more like darker bits in, and I kept looking at this one. I kept walking past and I kept seeing it and seeing it and seeing it, and I was like, I need it. So I had to get that one. I also got a mystery pack from Amanda, and in the mystery pack was this beauty. It's sparkly. I don't know if you can see that it's sparkly. And then there was also this little butterfly in there. I don't know if that's focused or not. There was more in there. There was, oh, that was in the little, right, oh, okay. There was a little notepad. Oops. Oh, and there was stickers. I just fell out of the notepad. So there's a little notepad and a couple of little stickers. And then with the Die Shack one, I also got this, which is just if you don't know what this is, it's just a row counter. Every time you press it, it goes up and counts your rows for you. Very nice. You can also strap them to your finger if you haven't seen these before. I'm pretty sure you have, but if you haven't, you strap them to your finger and then you can just tap it, knit and tap it, and knit like this. So that was in the Die Shack. Was there anything else in the little Lycac one? I don't think there was, but I also bought this little thing. So it comes in this little tin with her logo on the back, and it's got a little stitch marker on it, which is cute. It's like leather, and then it has these. So it's made with love on the back, and it's got this little knitted heart, and when you pull them out, it's little snips. How cute is that? So I had to have them. Had to have them. So there were my buys from Little Lycac. Now I've no idea what order I did my shopping in, so I'm just going to show you the things that I got. But I did go to High Score Yarns. Now High Score Yarns I've known for a while. I've never bought from before. I've known of them, sort of thing. I've followed them on Instagram and everything. Now, if you are new here or you just don't know, I'm a bit of a gamer girl. I always played computer games from when I was like, I don't know, 15 or something. I started with Sonic on my Sega Mega Drive, and then I moved on to PC gaming, played World of Warcraft, and one of my most favourite games, if you can hear tinkering, it's my cat, I'm sorry. One of my most favourite games is Final Fantasy VII. I love Final Fantasy, but Final Fantasy VII is just one that really reminds me of my youth, and I just have such a love for Final Fantasy VII. Now, if you don't know what Final Fantasy VII is, that's absolutely fine. But it is just a massive, massive game where you play as a couple of different characters, but the main one is a boy called Cloud, and Cloud Strife, and you play as him, and you're trying to figure out what's happened to you and things like that. It's a really, really massive game, but I love it. I just love it. It's in a fantasy world and everything. Now, the first thing I grabbed, because I knew she didn't have many with her, was a Tonberry. Now, if you don't know Final Fantasy VII, you will not know what a Tonberry is. But a Tonberry is one of the most scariest things in the game, but it's one of the cutest. So I will show you what a Tonberry looks like. This is a little stitch marker from High Score Yarns, and this is him. I hope that's focused. So basically a Tonberry is this little green man in like a brown, like, it's kind of like a hooded, like a monk's outfit. He carries a lantern in one hand and a knife in the other. And he basically, in the game, he walks towards you very, very slowly when you're in a fight. He walks towards you very, very slowly, and he does nothing, and you've got to keep hitting him and hitting him. Because if he gets you, he literally just stabs you once with the knife and you're dead. He's very scary, and you have to like try and get him down quickly. And as soon as I seen that she was making Tonberries, I was like, oh, I have to have a Tonberry. So this is my high Scott. Look, his lantern even wiggles around. And she's made these. So this is my High Score Yarns had to have stitch marker, my Tonberry stitch marker. And then the other two things I had to have was my favourite character, which is Cloud. I love Cloud. And then the other thing is a creature in the game that it's like a mount. You get to ride it around sometimes and you get to race them and things. And they're called a chocobo. Now I am going to put pictures of Cloud and chocobo up just so you know what I'm talking about. But my husband's favourite colour is yellow, and a chocobo is very yellow. So I said to him, I'm going to make you some chocobo socks. And I got the chocobo colourway. So this is the High Score Yarns logo. And this is chocobo. So I'm going to make him some socks in chocobo. Now, because my favourite character is Cloud, I got a Cloud colourway. This is called X Soldier, which is what Cloud is. And he is very purples and blues. Now, I've decided that what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a pair of socks that have blue cuffs, heels and toes, but the main colour is yellow for my husband. And then I'm going to switch it for me, and I'll have yellow cuffs, heels and toes with blue socks for me. So I'm going to use both of them to make like a kind of matching pair of socks for me and my husband, but opposite. And then we both got Cloud and chocobo socks. I love them. I absolutely love them. I always think it's really nice to get yarn that like means something to you, and this really means something to me. It proper brings me back to my youth and everything, and I love it. I love Final Fantasy so much. Next, I got this one. So this is from 3 Seas Yarns, who is a new to me dyer, even though I know Carla, who watches my podcast. Hi, Carla. And I've met her once before. I met her in Yarndale. And then when I seen her the other day, it was the other week. When I seen her in Blackpool, I was like, oh, hi, oh, have you come for a look around? And then she was standing at a booth and she went, no, this is me. And I was like, oh my God. So I had a look through her yarns, and then I couldn't resist this set of minis. Now my plan going into the Northwest Winter Wool Festival, it's quite a mouthful. My plan was to get lots of minis. I don't know why I wanted to do that, but I just did. I wanted to get lots of minis. Apart from the 2 mystery minis, these are the only minis I got. But I got these. So this is 3 Seas Yarns. There's her logo. And this is Constellation January to June. And they're sparkly. I hope you can see that they're sparkly. You might be able to see them better this side. Now I don't know what month is what, so I'm going to have a look and see if I can find out on a page or Instagram. Because April is my birthday month, so if I know which one April is, that would be nice. And I don't have any plans for what to do with it, but I just saw them and just needed them. I just thought they were beautiful. So that is 3 Seas Yarn. So she is new to me, even though I know Carla from watching this. Now I do, and I will definitely be keeping an eye out for some of the things. The next one who is new to me was the Wool Chemist. Now, I had gone past this yarn on the Saturday and seen it and was like, oh, that's nice. But I didn't buy it. I think on the Saturday, all I bought was the Dye Shack show only colourway, which I'm glad, because the next day she'd practically sold out, and the Tonberry. I think that's all I pretty much got, and a couple of mystery bags. And then when I went back, I got all the rest on the Sunday. So this one, I'd seen it and I was like, oh, that's really nice. And then when I went back to the hotel on the night, I just kept thinking about it. So then the next day when I seen it again, I was like, I have to have that. Like it was the only one, apart from like the Chocobo and the Cloud, because I knew what they were and I knew I needed them. This was the yarn that really stuck in my head, so I had to go back and get it. So this is Wool Chemist, who I've vaguely heard of but never seen at a show. And it is called the Denali Coven. And it's like these beautiful teals and browns, and then this mini. She tucks the mini into, you can see it poking out there, which I think is quite cool. It's like greens and browns, and then this lovely mini. So I got the 75% superwash merino and the 25% nylon. It is a little bit rustic for merino, this one. I'm not sure why. It does feel a little bit rougher. And she did say that to me, but I like that for socks anyway, so I'm quite happy with that. But yeah, beautiful. I love that. Then Yew Tree Yarncraft. Now Yew Tree Yarncraft, my lovely, lovely Diane, is a very naughty lady, and so is her partner Richard. They are so naughty. So I went quite late to them on the Sunday. I'd been to see them a couple of times, but when I was actually going around shopping, it was quite late on because I'd done all the filming and spent a lot of time chatting and stuff. And when I got round to them, they basically wouldn't let me pay for anything. They're terrible. They're so naughty, and they know it as well. You're very naughty, Diane, and Richard, if you're watching. Naughty, naughty. I chose this, which is Lady Danbury, which I absolutely love, but I haven't paid for it. It was given to me. She also gave me some beautiful skeins for giveaways, which will be popping up later. I will show you them though, because her yarn is absolutely stunning. So this is Yew Tree Yarncraft's label. And this is Lady Danbury, which is a Bridgerton character. I just think it's so stunning. Look at the darks down here. Oh, beautiful. I have no idea what I'm doing with it. It's just going to be cuddles. So I can't say that I bought that. That was gifted. She also gifted me two that she chose, which was Bat Out of Hell. She doesn't only do red, by the way. She does all colours, but it's just what we ended up going with. So this is Bat Out of Hell. Down the bottom is, it's like yellows as well in there. Beautiful. And then this orangey one, which is the Tower. Which I think I have a mini of this. Not a mini, a 50 gram. I think I bought the sock set of the Tower, I'm pretty sure. So these are for giveaways. These are not for me. Absolutely gorgeous. She also gave me this. Now, if you've seen the new Wuthering Heights trailer, I haven't, but apparently it's extremely raunchy. I've heard that it keeps popping up in between my videos, which thanks, but apparently the new Wuthering Heights film is very, very loosely based on the actual book and it's very raunchy. Diane, Yew Tree Yarncraft, had done a set for Wuthering Heights, which is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Now, she just threw it in my bag and said, you can have that as well. And I can't tell whether this is going in a giveaway or whether it's going in my stash because I really love it. And she said I was allowed to do what I wanted, so I will decide later, but I just, oh, look at it. It's just so beautiful. And I don't know, it might end up being something that I make very soon. Okay, so the last thing I got, I went along to, it's not actually the last thing I got, the last yarn I got, I went along to Rosie's Moments. Now, I love Rosie's Moments, and as you know, I have talked about her gift balls before on here, where she literally takes a skein of yarn, balls it up for you. It's like hand wound, it's not done on a winder, it's hand wound, but inside she puts loads of little treats, the stitch markers, buttons, labels, washi tape, like you name it. I think someone I know got a highlighter pen in there. Like there's just all these wonderful things inside this ball of yarn. So when you're knitting with it, it's like dropping stuff out. And honestly, it ruined balls of yarn for me for a little while because I was like, why aren't you giving me gifts? I don't understand. Like, this one gives me gifts. Why don't you give me gifts? They're amazing. And I do have one. I didn't get one this time. I did have my eye on one. And then I got distracted talking and I didn't end up getting it. I did get something else from Rosie, but I didn't end up getting that. I do have a gift ball in my stash, and I am going to use it very soon because I want to know what's inside it, because my gift ball that's upstairs actually rattles and I really need to know what's inside it. I just need the perfect project to be able to use it. However, I did get this absolutely beautiful lace weight from Rosie's Moments. So this is Rosie's Moments label, and I got this. Oh, look at that. Now, it's special because this is Rosie's Moments lace weight coloured jewels. It is 50 grams and it's 300 metres, 64% baby alpaca, so 19.5 micron merino, 23% silk, 10% sequins and shimmer. And if you look closely, can you see there? There's like, it's sequins. It's not sparkly yarn. It's got sequins in it. Did you see? Do you see it pop every now and again? They're tiny, tiny. Let me see if I can find one to show you. I'm hoping you can see that one there. Can you see the tiny, tiny little sequins? And I so desperately want to get a natural undyed yarn. This was Rosie's idea, I think. Was it Rosie's idea or was it Jenny's idea? I can't remember, but it's not my idea. I stole it. I want to get a natural undyed yarn and hold it double with this and just knit like a cowl or something. It would be absolutely spectacular. And look, that colourway is just to die for. It definitely is jewels. Look at those colours. And it's so fluffy. So that's all the yarn I bought. I did buy one more thing, which was from Red Squirrel and Dune. I find it hard to say Red Squirrel really fast. Red Squirrel and Dune was a new to me yarn company. I'd not heard of them before. And there was a couple of yarns there that I really wanted. One of them still sticks in my mind and I really want it. And I didn't get it just out of umming and ahhing and faffing about and thinking I didn't have enough money and not being able to choose. But then after I've come away, I know that was the one. And I'm like, oh, I should have got that. I have found out that she's going to be stocked at my local yarn shop, so I'll be going in there and finding it and squishing it. But I did buy some wool wash from them, which is from the Shetland Wool Company, and it was apple and coconut, so I had to get it. Is that focusing for you? Now, it smells delicious. I haven't used it yet, but it does smell delicious. And what she said, she explained to me, it was that the Shetland Soap Company, it's all to do with people with learning difficulties. They make it and bottle it and label it and everything. And then the money goes towards like that sort of charity, people with learning difficulties. I'm not 100% on all of this because she was telling me in the yarn show and it was very busy and I had lots and lots of different conversations. But what I remember her telling me was that this was made and done, everything was done by people with learning difficulties and all the money went towards it. And she was really like very proud of that fact, which so she should be. And yeah, she was really, really like excited about it. It smells beautiful. It smells really, really nice. Very subtle. It's not like pow, apple, pow, coconut or anything. It's just very subtle and nice. And I'm going to use it on something soon and I will report back. But that was the last thing I ended up buying because I thought I was running out of money. I mean, it's probably a good thing. It's probably a good thing. Oh, I did buy the bag too. I bought the bag. As soon as I went in, I bought the bag. I love the little logo. It's lovely. So there we go. That is my little walk through the Northwest Winter Wool Festival. Definitely recommend it. I will definitely go back to that one. I really, really had so much fun. It just didn't disappoint. It was right up there. It was nice and wide. The aisle was really nice and wide. There was lots of space. You didn't feel pushed and shoved. It was a lot quieter than yarn shows I've been to before, and I did ask the vendors about that, and they were saying that it was a bit quieter and they were hoping it was going to fill up a little bit. Sunday morning was really busy and then it just died off, so I'm not really certain of whether it's just, I think it's quite new, so I think maybe last year was the first one, so maybe it's just getting momentum and building up to getting more popular. But I definitely recommend it if you are in that area or close by and want to travel. It was lovely. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed the little look around the Northwest Winter Wool Show. I really need to get that name in my head. And and I hope you maybe discovered a new vendor that you have not seen or heard of before. I definitely did, and I loved that. I just realised I've done this whole thing without my microphone on, so I do apologise because the sound will not be the best. Excellent. Well done, Kelly. That's what I get for filming during school holidays, because I've been interrupted lots and distracted a lot. And yeah, I'm sorry if the sound has been a bit bad. Yeah, so there we go. So that is the Northwest Winter Wool Festival. So I'm not 100% where I'm going next. I think I'm going to Edinburgh, but I haven't got my tickets or anything yet, so I'm not going to set that in stone. But hopefully I'll be at Edinburgh and I can show you around the Woolly Good gathering, but we will see what happens. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I don't know what that is, but please give it a thumbs up. You can give it a down if you want, it's fine. Leave a comment below and let me know if you discovered any new vendors. And this new hype thing is obviously doing the world of good, so yeah, if you fancy giving this video a hype, please do. So once again, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.